Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, you listening to
Sade.
I know, I'm like, I just say you listening to, like, everybody don't know my name.
And Bridget Renee. We're back with another episode. And the wine of the day is again The Love by Brandy Kinlaw, and she will be in the comments below.
Yes. Please get you some, okay?
Yes. Red wine, really good.
If you could buy Stella, you could buy this.
Definitely.
It's really good.
Come on now.
So we're doing, of course, shout out today, Black owned businesses, and I would like to introduce Eco Row Creation. She made candles. She do a whole lot of other things, but y'all, her candles are soy based. Promise you. I think she also making like sprays now as well. Mm-hmm. We would tag her in the captions, but y'all, I have one of her favorite candles of mine. I want to say it was tobacco bay leaf, if I'm not mistaken. One of my favorite smells. You do not have to burn her candles to get the smell. It will lighten. It's like, oh my God, your entire house and room, you can smell her candle without burning it. But when you burn it, of course, you can smell it at the door. Mm-hmm. Like, check her out, y'all. Handcraft candles by Eco Row Creations. Soy-based candles.
That's really dope because I know I'll say Bath and Body Works have a really good sale this time of year on candles, but instead of buying that, we can buy black.
Yes, and her candles to me have them beat. I'm not saying this because I know her. I'm saying this because it is what it is. Like, her candles are the truth, okay? And again, I think she's coming out with the sprays as well. That's and what's the thing you put the sticks in, the oils?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I think
about.
she have created those too.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Definitely, girl. I love to see it.
Ooh, girl.
I love it.
Shout out to you, Ro.
Shout out to you, and congratulations on your business as well.
Yes.
And then I want to shout out Sneakerheads. It is by Travis. It's located in Greensboro, North Carolina. They have a store. I cannot think of the street. However, it's close to A&T. And it's called Branded. So you get a chance to check them out, and I will also include them in the caption as well. Nice. So congratulations, y'all.
Congratulations. Shout out to y'all.
Yes. So what are we talking about today, honey boo boo?
Why be nice?
Why be nice?
Why be nice, y'all?
It's so many reasons to be nice.
Like, nice can go a long ways. I just feel like this, what I have learned over the years, you just never know what some people are going through. And just a nice gesture could go a long ways for that person. You might brighten up their day. It's just so easy to be nice and to be mean. Because again, we don't know what people be going through.
No, never.
You know, why add to that plate of negativity? Where it's just say, hey, how you doing? Or just a friendly smile, hello. That can go so further than what we think.
It can. I remember years ago, because I always speak to people. When I speak, I say, hey, how are you? And I remember being asked years ago, like, why do you say, how are you doing? Because you don't really care, right? And I was like, it's not about how I feel. It's, for one, because I was raised that way. And then for two, because you never know when somebody needs to talk. And I have had complete strangers, like, completely talk about so many things to me. By just asking how you doing. You never know when you're that outlet for a person, and just being there for them, and not even meaning to. It's just off of, hey, how are you doing today?
Right. And my thing is too, I don't know, I asked that too. That's coming from a genuine place. If I didn't care about how anyone was doing, I don't think I would ask.
Yeah.
And you never know, like you said, people might need a vent. Well, how am I doing? Well, today's not a good day. I mean, whatever. Some people just need a listening ear. But why be nice?
Right.
So even with homeless, y'all, of course we're around the holidays, and I do want to express this. I'm just trying to understand, like, we see homeless people year round, and a lot of organizations will come together around Thanksgiving and Christmas to help the individuals in need. And maybe because I don't see it, I don't know what goes on behind, like, closed doors with nonprofit organizations or different organizations that help out in the community. Why don't we do it year round? Or, like Bridget and I was saying, periodically, right? Because it seemed like we come together around Thanksgiving and Christmas to throw out turkeys, to throw out presents. But what about the months before we get to these holidays?
Yes.
They still need stuff year round, like necessities or whatever. So why not be nice throughout the entire year instead of just around the holidays?
Yeah. It's needed, y'all. Like, I mean, and I would like for Sade and I to do something, maybe even like what we're saying, quarterly.
Let's go.
out to the community and give things out to the homeless, because we do know that quarterly decisions change. Even if, because I feel like, saying every month, I think that's beneficial for corporations and things of that nature.
True.
But oftentimes we see small businesses or nonprofits out giving back to the community and things of that nature. And I'm not saying that corporations don't, but I'm just saying when it's more so centered around the homeless, so to speak, you see smaller organizations giving too. And I think it's more feasible for periodically throughout the year to give to them. But like I said, quarterly for sure, because the seasons are changing. Wintertime blankets are needed,
Absolutely.
Things of that nature, and all the time hygiene products are needed. So that's something that you could also put into their care packages as well. And I think that's a really good idea, and something to point out too, with not just being centered around Thanksgiving and the holiday time, because homeless people are not only just homeless at those times.
They homeless throughout the year, and they also people need people.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just ignore the fact that they might have put themselves in that situation, but we don't know what their situation is to why they're even in that situation. So again, y'all, it's just why not be nice? And even just speaking to them, I have seen people walk past them as if they're not an individual.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even ask for something; they just want somebody to acknowledge them.
That's true.
They just want somebody to greet them. I remember seeing a guy over there at Summit, and I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" He was like, "You talking to me?" I was like, "Yeah, who else I'm talking to? It's just you and I out here. What's up? How you doing today?" He was like, "Wow, nobody asked me that in a long time. I guess because, my life and how I appear to be." I was like, "No, I just see you out here chilling. How you doing?" He didn't ask me for anything. And I thought, in my mind subconsciously, I'm like, well, he gonna ask for something even though I greeted him? He didn't ask for nothing. He was just happy that I acknowledged him.
Yeah.
And then I went on about my way. I like, take care of yourself, be safe.
Yeah. Because that's all they want, to be treated like humans.
Like a human.
And I know when I was in DC, I used to work a block from the White House, and I could look out my window at work and I would see it looked like a homeless camp. And I say that because it was tents everywhere, and this really made me sad. And eventually, they had to move out of the park. So at that time, it was hard to watch. It was hard to see because they didn't bother people. They didn't. Sometimes people go over there. I did see certain organizations, like I said, smaller organizations, go set up and give them food, clothes, and things of that nature, and just try to provide them with different resources. But if you talk to some, they will tell you that sometimes it's a choice for them to be homeless because they're not that, and then they're not able to utilize drugs and things of that nature too, with living with loved ones or just being self-sufficient. And it is a definite sad story when you talk to some. But honestly, they just want to be treated the same. They want to feel the same. Because if you think about it, most time, especially in that area, in the DC area, you have a lot of visitors. They're coming to see the White House. They're coming to see museums and things of that nature. So a lot of times they're looked at you know what I mean?
When I went to LA, I saw a lot of that, and it was right by Hollywood Boulevard. So I was like, what we see on TV is not what you really see over there. So that showed me what we see on TV is a damn facade. Where the stars at and all of that, the sidewalk with all that, it's a bunch of homelessness going on around that very area.
And mainly because it's a tourist attraction.
It is.
And I feel like oftentimes they're there to try to get help. For people to give them money or for people to give them food. Because if you're on the outskirts or, in areas where, I guess, more so neighborhoods or things of that nature, people are not willing to give to them. But if you're in the tourist attraction areas, then they're more willing to give because they're tourists.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's true.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. But we can definitely be nicer.
We could definitely be nice to y'all.
And it's not to say that you have to give financially.
Mm-hmm.
You can give your time. You can give your resources, meaning we all know people that know people.
Absolutely.
You could give a lot of things to different individuals. It doesn't have to be homeless. No, we're talking about homeless. It doesn't have to be homeless, but you can take the time we can all take time to be nicer. Slow down. Take time to slow down.
You never know what people need.
Mm-mm.
And some people really just need that smile or hello or to be acknowledged. You can give a prayer.
Yeah.
That's free.
Especially this time of the year. I feel like, I know we have talked about work, being Black in corporate America and different things of that nature. I'm just experiencing different things within the work environment, but we can definitely take time to be nicer in that environment. We could take time to be nicer in our personal lives. And we can just take time to give grace to people.
Grace to people. Let's not forget ourselves. We can take time to be nicer to ourselves too.
Yes.
Telling ourselves nicer things. You know what I mean? A brain is powerful. What you tell yourself is kind of what you get, kind of what you manifest, kind of your frequency, what you put out there, and what you will kind of, I don't know, the type of people that show up in your life too is what your frequency is, the level you own. As far as your vibration. So we could definitely be nicer to ourselves.
And give ourselves grace.
Give ourselves grace, the big G. Grace, gratitude, and growth. All the 3 G's, for sure.
Yeah, so it's just a difficult time. It's a difficult time because we are in the holiday season. I feel like this has been this year for me personally has not been a good year for me. I feel like it's been good, but I feel like the bad has outweighed the good. So I have had to learn how to give myself grace and give myself grace in order to overcome how I feel, you know. But collectively, out of some individuals that I've talked to this year, it's been a tough year, whether it's been a lot of learning experiences, whether it's been a lot of some decisions you didn't necessarily want to make and you maybe feel like you didn't make the right ones. It's just been a really tough year this year, so be nice. And then we all know how holidays can creep up on you, because I'm sure that everybody has lost someone, or you connected to somebody that has lost someone, and you see them experiencing grief. So it's just best to be nice. Out of all things you could be nice.
Be nice, y'all.
Yeah.
It don't take nothing to be nice.
I know my mama told me years ago when I was young, people may not remember everything about you, but they'll always remember how you first treated them, your first encounter with them.
True indeed. True indeed. That go a long ways.
Or even, it may not be the first encounter, as I've learned, but when you need people remember how you treat them in those moments as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. For sure. For sure.
Yeah, so.
Be nice, y'all.
Be nice.
Show love.
And also, I know we discussed, wanting to get out ourselves within the community. So if y'all know any resources that we can utilize, if you would like to donate to us, we'll let you all know when we're thinking about going out in the community. Hopefully, of course, after the holidays, I feel like we both have a lot going on right now.
Yes.
But the top of the year, there's something that, I would like for us to do. And we can start soliciting for help.
Yes.
And, toothpaste, toothbrush, those types of things. Any donations that you all can send to us, we would definitely appreciate. But we'll give that information to you all soon.
And thank you for listening. And again, please be nice.
Please be nice, y'all. We love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
We do love y'all. Sorry, y'all. So I'm just like, bye. All right.
Bye. Okay, bye. That's so